So Disney and Pixar released this one straight to Disney Plus. What does that say about it? Hey everybody, what's going on? Today we are going to be talking about Disney and Pixar's newest animated film, Luca. I will warn you, I'll probably have some spoilers in this review. But that being said, if you don't want anything really spoiled, I will say it's on Disney Plus and it's free. And I thought it was a good enough movie. I didn't think it was a great movie. It's not like great as in a great Pixar movie. But was it still a really good movie? Yes, it was. Did I really enjoy it? Yes, I did. I watched it with my kids and we all really liked it. So while I don't have this high praise of you must see this movie, it's free on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, you got kids. Heck, even if you don't have kids, still a safe and fun movie that I enjoyed watching. It's probably not going to be one I'm going to revisit anytime soon, but it's a safe and fun movie. So if you don't want anything spoiled, there's my recommendation. What this movie is about is you have these sea creatures, and you have a young sea creature named Luca who is very overprotected by his parents. They don't want him going anywhere near the surface, and they just try to keep him safe the entire time. But one day, he makes his way to the surface and he finds out that when they go to the surface and they're dry, they turn human. They look human. He ends up meeting, a young, sea monster named Alberto, who they become fast friends, and they both talk about, going on adventures. Well, the parents don't like it. So Luca sneaks off with Alberto and they go to the nearest fishing town, where there is legends of sea creatures and they're evil. And so they have to hide out from the people for the most part. And they end up making friends with a young girl named Julia. And they end up having to help her in this contest because the evil villain, and I can't remember how to pronounce his name, so forgive me. I'll just call him the douchebag because boy, he was a douchebag. He was just a typical douchebag villain. I love that they made fun of him for being too old for this contest. Anyway, I'll get to that in a bit. But they need to beat him in this contest because the boys want to buy their own scooter so they can travel the world. So while they're out, of course, the parents find out Luke is missing, and they go to the over sea level world to find him. And so that's the entire story setup in a nutshell. What the story really is about is, and no, this isn't a Fast and Furious movie. It's about family. It's about family. It's about acceptance. There's just a lot of good messages in this movie, and that's why, again, while I don't think it's this amazing movie, it's still got a really good and fun and safe message, especially for the kids. You have a world that are scared of sea monsters. You have a sea monster world that's scared of humans, so they need to learn to accept each other. I thought it maybe came a little too easy in this movie, but, it's a short kids movie, so it's not that big of a deal. The movie's only like an hour and a half. You also have, parents that need to, let their kid, the message of, don't just let your kids go out on their own. This isn't Pokemon, right? But you do need to let them be a part of the world. So the parents have to learn that lesson. They were going to send, this is a funny part, they were going to send Luca off with his creepy uncle. I can't remember if it was Ugo or Ugo. I think it was Ugo, played by Sacha Baron Cohen. Hilarious. He's creepy. It's hilarious, but he's creepy. But you also have, again, acceptance in this real world where they meet a human girl But also you have uh, the character of Alberto, who's jealous of Luca's friendship with Julia because he thinks he's going to lose his friend. But you find out that his dad ran off and he'd been gone for a long time. So Alberto had been alone for a long, long time. Um, so he's afraid he's going to lose his friend. But also, you have uh, the character of Julia's dad, who is he's supposedly a legendary monster hunter, but his daughter he's divorced with they didn't really say the name the word divorce, but Julia goes between his home, and when she goes back to school, she goes and lives with her mom. So he's alone a lot. Well, when you have a character that needs a father figure and a father figure that would like to have a son type figure or a kid type figure around, well, you've got a match made in heaven. And I actually really dug that story. I dug the story of Julia's dad and Alberto. But also you have Luca, who, while he likes the idea of traveling the world with his buddy, when he starts to learn about the world, he starts to want to get knowledge. So, though, he's always told he wouldn't be accepted, again, they don't know he's a sea creature. He wants to go to school with Julia. They don't really play a romance angle there. I know there's some people saying they even think that the character of Luca and Alberto might be a couple. I didn't see it. I just saw, and again, though, I didn't see a love relationship between Julia and Luca either. It was just all, we're friends. And, she's going in a way that Luca wants to go. But of course, he's going to still be friends with Alberto. But, I didn't see the relationship angle there. A lot of people are thinking it might be there. And it might be. I don't know. I just didn't see it myself. But yeah, you have them also having to defeat the douchebag villain. And the douchebag villain is, I talked about just a tad bit earlier. He's like a little old for the competition. He keeps saying he's 16, but he's starting to get a little bit of a mustache, but it's just like a few hairs here and a few hairs here. But they're like, you were 16 last year, and he just wants to run this town. He wins every year. This contest is like 3 parts. You can enter by yourself or enter with 3 people. It was riding a bike, swimming, and eating pasta, which, of course, you'd think the natural swimmers would be the sea creatures. Well, you can't do that because they can't reveal themselves. Of course, in the end, everything gets revealed, and there's a story about acceptance and everything. I thought the movie is very well made. I like the voice cast. There's some good stories going on. I like this movie a lot. That being said, I think they released it on Disney Plus because they didn't think they had like a surefire hit, like say a Toy Story or something like that. I could see them releasing a lot more of these quote unquote off-brand Pixar movies on Disney Plus, and just releasing the big brand stuff that'll make them a lot of money in the theaters. Because think about it this way: if Disney Plus would have been around at the time The Good Dinosaur came out, The Good Dinosaur, which, if you really understand what you're watching there, it's a better movie. If you realize it's a Western with dinosaurs, you realize it makes it a little better movie. I'm not saying it's a great movie, but it makes it a better one. But they would have released that straight to Disney Plus. So did they release it on Disney Plus because it was terrible? No. This isn't whatever that one movie was. Whatever Foul. I forget the name of it, and I don't care to look it up. They released that one on Disney Plus because they knew it was terrible, and they just wanted to just push it along and be done with it and kind of forget about it. But I see Disney releasing, because since they do CG now too, they're going to focus on their CG movies being the big theater CG movies. And if it's a franchise that Pixar has that is well known, that'll go to theaters. If it's less well known, they released Soul on Disney Plus as well. Good movie, but and granted, They probably would have made some okay money on that one, but it wasn't like a Toy Story, right? So I think that's why they released it on Disney Plus, released Luca on Disney Plus, because they didn't think they were going to make the money they were going to make. That being said, it's still a fun movie, has some good messages. I recommend it. I'm not saying I love this movie, but you know what? My kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. We had a good time. It's got a good message. It was a fun watch, and it's free on Disney Plus, so check it out. See you later.